what have you discovered coming out of this workshop or from this workshop? Yeah, what have you discovered?
So prior to attending this workshop, I was familiar with my spiritual gifts, but I really compartmentalized my life and really saw spiritual gifts just in a church setting, and how I can apply it in a church setting. But through this workshop, I discovered two things. So the first thing was how I can use my gifts outside of the church. We were given just practical ways, like what does it look like if you have this gift? What does it look like at work? What does it look like if I'm using my gifts in my home, with my family? And it really encouraged me. It gave me a greater boldness to just step out and use my gifts in my workplace. The second thing is that it just connected my gifts and my passions. So being a busy, I work full-time, I'm busy with my kids' activities, so I didn't think I had passions. I was too busy for it, but through different experiences or exercises we went through, I found I had more passions than I actually realized. And knowing that, I think it helps me to be more intentional about the places where I can be most effective and just use and apply my gifts. My identity is not in what I do as a wife, a mother, or as a banker. But wherever God places me, connecting my gifts with my passions, I can be effective and just be more intentional and purposeful in where God places me.
Yeah, thank you so much, Nan. And so I love that. And so, Elijah, yeah.
Right, so prior to taking this course, I took it like a test similar to that, like way before, and my gifts weren't like, I think I had the gift of exhortation, and when I took the test again for the workshop, exhortation wasn't on the list, so I was like kind of surprised and kind of shocked. But then after going through the course, we learned, or we saw practical ways that we could use gifts that we got, which was pretty interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, right, what Elijah is saying is that he has experienced this before, and it was a little bit different this time around for him. And a key point is that there's opportunities throughout the workshop each week to actually play with it, to have dialogue. It's not just like, here you go, take this, and then you're on your way. No, we get to dialogue and play with it in it, and you get to bounce ideas off of other people within the workshop. So that's huge. Thanks, Elijah.
So, coming into this, I didn't know anything about spiritual gifts. So when I took the test, I took it 3 different times on 3 different days, depending on how I felt. You know, I felt different each day, thinking I would get a different answer. It was the same, top 4 gifts every time. But even with that, I think I looked at them, and what I did was, what they explained was a gift projection. Basically, I was like, anybody can do that. It's not unique. It's not really special. I thought that my gifts maybe were a product of how I was raised, my environment, work ethic, that sort of thing. And so I didn't feel like it was special. I was looking for something tangible, something observable. But going on in the course, Angelina and Jamin talked about what's called the secret sauce. And learning that a gift, it's not just an ability, or it's not just a passion. It's not a gift just because you like it or because you want to do it. It needs that secret sauce, or that combination of passion, ability, and grace. And that last one that's the one that got me. Grace being God's unmerited favor, something that you can't earn, something that you can't lose. So the gifts that I thought, I developed over the years just by who I am, my experiences, I learned them, I earned them, but that's not true. They're God-given gifts. He gave them to me from the moment He created me, and I can't lose them. So they're with me forever. Going forward, that's really affirming and encouraging, and hoping to utilize that to, honor Him.